to Ignite Success. I'm your host, Snowden McFall, 25-year professional speaker, 6-time author, and coach. And with me today is another outstanding entrepreneur and author, Jeannie Frederick. Welcome, Jeannie.
Thank you for having me, Snowden.
So happy to have you here. So let's talk a little bit about your background before we get into your new book.
All right.
So you were just telling me that I know you've been in the writing field for a long time. You were a publisher of a newspaper?
Yeah, a little small newspaper, a weekly newspaper in Putnam County.
What kinds of things did you do there?
As far as stories go?
Yes.
I covered everything from city council meetings to breaking police reports to the women's club bake sale. We covered everything.
And then you had a digital marketing business,
Yes,
right? Where you were
yes.
handling social media and
Mhm.
online campaigns. Is that right?
Yes, we did a lot of social media, email marketing, a little bit of websites. But yes.
Yes. Okay. So that brings us to today. And I know that you're a longtime writer, but it's the first time you've had your own book. It's called
Yes.
Abruptly Alone, just came out.
Mhm.
So tell us about this book.
So, Abruptly Alone is a widow's memoir. It's my story of being a widow. It's not a how to be a widow, but rather I'm hoping it's a book of hope for other widows or other people that are facing this, not only just women, but men too. And not even the death of a spouse, but the death of a marriage, perhaps a divorce or something like that.
And so how old were you? Tell us the story. How old were you when your
So-
husband died?
I was 44.
Okay.
My husband was 18 years older than I was. We'd been married for, I believe, 13 years.
Okay.
And he had a sudden heart attack
Oh,
and passed away at home one Sunday morning. And
with you. Were you there?
Yes,
Oh, my
yes.
goodness. So you couldn't get help there in time.
No, I was told to do CPR,
Okay.
which it had been a bazillion years before that I'd been trained on it.
Right.
And I have to really give it to the Putnam County Rescue. They were just amazing in guiding me over the phone on what to do. And so basically, in the blink of an eye, my life changed.
Oh my
So-
God. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sure that was a huge, huge shock.
It was, yeah, I slipped into a fog for a while, just of unbelief.
Yes.
Unbelief.
Yes. And I had someone on the other day and we were talking about grief. I've lost 5 people in the last month, different friends and
geez,
family
I'm
members.
Sorry.
Thank you. Well, but I think grief is a really tough emotion.
Mhm.
And everybody deals with it differently. So you said you were in a fog. What else happened and how did you cope?
I didn't know what to do in the beginning, and I kind of came up with a phrase that there's no manual for grieving. And since I've
Yes.
seen online, I'm not the first to say that.
Right,
But,
that's all right. That's how you felt. Yeah.
Yes, and you just don't know what to do. You don't know
Right.
how you're supposed to act or what you're supposed to do. And I had a really strong support system who instinctively knew what I needed when I needed. So
Oh,
when
how
I needed to be
fabulous.
alone, they left me alone. When I needed to have some companionship, they were there for me. So, and it takes a while. It's not something that, there's rumors that you can be over this in a year. In a year, you should be over everything. That's not how this works. And
Right.
for
No,
some
it's
people, maybe a year is enough time. But for the rest of us, it just takes a while.
And I think it's just that kind of thing that different things will bring up a memory.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's fresh grief that's associated with
Yep.
that. So I think grief is a
Absolutely.
really, it's a really unique experience.
Mm-hmm.
So in your memoir, what kinds of things do you share?
So it's a 3-part book. The
Okay.
first part is about me meeting my husband, our life together. The second part is his death and funeral week and all that. And then the third part is my new reality. And that's there's some heartfelt things in there, but there's also some humorous things, some stupid things I did that I just didn't know.
Do you have an example?
Well, yes. So I had this riding lawnmower, and I was taught how to use the riding lawnmower. And there was a very well-meaning gentleman in our neighborhood that had a lawn service that said that I needed to have my blades sharpened every week. So I didn't know. I thought that's
Oh,
how
boy.
it went. So he showed me how to do this. And one of the instances was he showed me how to jack up the lawnmower. And he said, okay, he put the jack in and he said, okay, jack it up. And I had been a NASCAR fan, so I just fell on the jack. And he said, what are you doing? And I said, well, that's how they do it in NASCAR. And he says, well, you don't have a NASCAR jack. You don't have $5,000. Stuff you just don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, right. So you were being self-sufficient and doing all the things that he had
Yes.
done is basically what you were saying.
I cut down a cherry or an orange tree. I did all kinds of stuff.
Wow. So what would you say the biggest lessons you would want to share with other people? I know you said hope is a big one.
Yeah. I also think that you're stronger than you think. You know, you get thrown in these situations and you think you're just going to end up in a puddle.
Right.
And you actually, for me, and I know for a lot of people, we come out stronger than we ever imagined that we could.
And faith, I think, makes a big difference.
Faith was huge to me. I relied on my faith every day, all the time.
Right. And I know that that's something really makes a big difference for people.
Yes.
And so where can people find this book?
So you can buy it on Amazon. It is on, you can get it as an ebook or a paperback like this on Amazon.
So Abruptly Alone by Jeannie Frederick, and it's going to be a great way for people to have hope if you're dealing with grief and you've gone through something. This will give you some comfort and some ideas of how to get through it. So thank you so much for being with us, Jeannie.
Thank you for having me, Snowden, and it's good to see you again.
You too.